There are hundreds of people who have gone missing in the Swiss Alps since the 1920s, and now thanks to global warming, we're starting to find them. I don't know if you understood that, but what I was implying, glaciers are melting, snow is melting, and with that, we are finding often mummified corpses, sometimes skeletons of people who have been lost among there. Recently, in the last month, the body of a man who was missing for 30 years was recently uncovered, and right before that, the missing bodies of a couple who had been missing for 75 years were found in the Transfloran Glacier in the same canton. Marcelin and Francine Dumoulin, they disappeared after going to milk their cows 75 years ago, and they have been recently found. I mean, global warming is an issue, climate change is an issue, and it's a major problem because we are seeing, in Switzerland at least, almost 1 cubic kilometer in ice volume, or 900 billion liters of water, have been melted in the last year, just in the last year. So with that, a lot of different things are going to be, I mean, with the loss of these glaciers, which are very important to us on an environmental scale, we are finding things that were lost in there before. I mean, we've also talked about different viruses being uncovered thanks to this melting.
Yeah, for me, I feel like it is interesting because you're dealing with situations wherein these people went missing and they were never officially pronounced dead since their bodies were never found, but now that their bodies are being uncovered, there is sort of a nice closure element of it for their family and friends that are able to be like, oh cool, they really are dead. But I mean,
I think they all kind of already knew.
100%, yeah. I don't know. The other thing about this is it just makes me think that Waterworld is imminent.
And World War Z.
Yes.
Yeah.
Zombies are going to start coming down from the mountains and just.
People going on holiday in Switzerland during the summer are being warned that this may be something they find. People who died on accident, perhaps suicides. A lot of the time they've been discovering how people died based on the condition they're found in. For instance, a body could have been dried with winds, with sunlight, or it could just be a complete skeleton. A lot of the times the feet are detached, which indicates some kind of traumatic fall or different degrees of being frozen.
Yeah, I was gonna say a frostbite situation and just losing limbs.
And also there are quite a few fighters, even though Switzerland was neutral in World War I and World War II, there was some intense fighting between German army members and French resistance fighters who are also being found in there as well, thanks to the melting. Yeah, there's not a lot to say about it, except, I mean, I guess it's good to have closure,
sure,
but it's also horrifying in a way, and of course, it's bad that the glaciers are melting and disappearing so much.
Yeah, I mean, melting glaciers, again, they're not zombies like in World War Z, but you are potentially on a nice little holiday and being confronted with discovering dead bodies, which is probably not really how you wanted to spend your vacation.
Well, this is what I was looking for. The glaciers in Switzerland covered 670 square miles of Swiss land since 1850. Now it's about half that. So considering how intense the melting has been in recent years or decades, it's heavily been the focus after about 2008. We're probably going to find more of this, and it's not worth it to me as someone who lives here still on the earth. But I guess it's kind of good in some ways to be finding these bodies, but it's also horrifying. Well, it's just something that's happening.
You say,
it's a consequence.
It definitely is illustrating how serious of an issue climate change is, because I mean, we can joke all we want about, Waterworld being about to happen and we're all gonna have to live on floating sheet metal structures, which is weird because sheet metal, I don't know, would really float all that well. But anyway, the issue is that it is, if something is not done to try to reverse this process or at least halt it, we really might be underwater.
We need those very cold parts of Earth.
We do.
And while it was a tragedy that people died there, it's also a tragedy that this is happening at all. Audience, what do you think about this story? Please let me know below, and please like and subscribe for more.